All right, everybody, Stephen Key here. And today I have a very special guest and a good friend that helps me protect my innovation, that helps me get licensing deals, that helps me play the biggest game in the world. Kevin Prince, thank you so much for coming on today.
Oh, Stephen, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, I want to talk about playing the biggest game in the world, right? And the biggest game in the world, from my perspective, is when you have an idea and you want to license it to a big company that's already selling products, maybe here, maybe around the world, but you are leveraging them with your idea so they can take it to market for you. But I need intellectual property to do that, right? I need a patent, design patents, who knows what I need, but I need those tools that give me that ownership. And you're someone that does that for people. So real quick, you're a patent agent, the name of your company. Tell me a little bit about you real quick.
So my name's Kevin Prince. I'm a patent agent. I'm an engineer. I'm not a patent attorney. Patent attorneys and patent agents can do the same thing at the patent office. It's just that patent agents like myself, engineers, can't go beyond that in the court and sue somebody or do licensing agreements or something like that. So we just focus on getting the patent if there's one to be gotten, and also doing the research to make sure it even makes sense to go forward with a patent.
Okay. And where'd you get your degree in? Where'd you go to school?
Yeah, I went to school at UC Berkeley, industrial engineering. And the nice thing about that major, of course, I had no idea what I was going to do with it, but I ended up, it's really helped me because it's given me a little bit of depth in a lot of different engineering fields. I didn't go deep in like nuclear engineering or something like that, where I would have worn a lab coat all day.
All
You
right.
know, I know, so I can talk about a lot of different things.
Okay.
And usually if there's a lot of depth there, I have a foundation that I can, talk with you and get to what's important on it.
Okay. Everyone, you need to realize I've been doing this for a few years now, filing patents and design patents, and it gets expensive. Okay. I hate to tell you, it does. But more than that, I realized having that relationship with someone, patent agent, patent attorney, it's really important to have that relationship. And I want to talk a little bit about why I like working with you so much. All right. And because I've worked with the big firms or mid-sized firms, but you have a different perspective that I really like. And you've been doing a lot of work that I'm working on now with the project Fishbone. And
Right.
and you're getting things issued. You're getting patents issued. You're getting design patents issued. You're really helping us do a great job. So thank you for doing that. Okay.
Well, yeah, my pleasure. But it certainly helps when you have something that's truly innovative, right? I mean, at some point, your invention has to actually have merit from a patent standpoint.
Well, we think it does, but sometimes we don't know.
Right.
But what I really like about how you handle us is that you're an inventor too. I think that helps. I don't care. I think you look at things a little bit differently. I think you have a reason of, like you said, why am I doing this? Why is this important? Because you're an inventor. Does that help you? Because I think it does. It helps me.
I think so. I often wonder why patent attorneys who are not inventors get into that business. It's like they have a big wheel in their law school that, what kind of patent or what kind of law are you going to go into? And some of them land on intellectual property, and it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I played the game also with the big attorney. I had the best law firm on the West Coast before I was a patent agent, and it just left a bad taste in my mouth. The way law firms work, and especially when you have a startup. I mean, you talk about, what you have so many expenses and so many things to spend money on, and I've just seen people spend too much money on patents. Not that they shouldn't spend any. There is a place for it, but there's a lot of other places that you're going to need to spend your money too. So I try to have that framework in mind when I'm talking with inventors.
I think it helps. And you started a great inventing group years ago that I go to occasionally. In fact, I'm going to be speaking at their group this year.
I just spoke at the last one last Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Inventors Forum in Orange County. Yeah, it's been going since 1990. I was member number 2.
All right.
and it's still cranking along. So it's happy. It's good to see that after 30 plus years.
Yeah, it's a good group. I really like that group. So, but here's the difference. I've worked with big firms where I meet someone, I talk to the senior patent attorney, and I don't see him again. Someone else is writing the patent. Tell me how that works sometimes, because he oversees it and someone else is writing it, but you actually write it.
Yeah, I will at least write the claims. I'm getting to the point now where I do need help in writing some of the other things sometimes. But if it's something that I really like,
Okay.
I'll want to write it.
Okay.
If it's something that I think I can just do a good job on that particular thing. There's some subjects that I mean, like chemistry or biochemistry. I have people who can help me with those.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll rely on others in different fields. But for most mechanical, simple electrical, yeah, I've been doing the writing on all those.
No, I really like it. Let's talk about this. You guys, you have this great idea and you're kind of worried about it, right? And it's your baby, right? And so you really want to have that relationship with someone that kind of understands it from your perspective, that's helping you get what you need to be successful. That's why I like working with Kevin so much, because he's kind of like one of us. I think it's really important. And I think you're right. If you're not an inventor, I don't know how you have the right perspective on this. I really don't get it.
Yeah. Well, what I try to do is I try to figure out, okay, what do you have? What's new about what you have? What is what we call the point of novelty?
Yeah.
And if I can distill that down into its very simplest form, then I think that's basically claim one on your patent. And then we add all the optional things as dependent claims. So I think we have a systematic approach, and there's not much I can't figure out, especially when talking to the clients about how this works, what's new about it. And the first thing, of course, is have they done any kind of patent research? Are they actually the first inventor? And 85% of the time when I run a search, we find something that the inventor didn't know about that's pretty close, And so sometimes it's like, oh, well, that's a dead ringer. You can stop spending money on this one, go on to your next one. Or maybe put your inventor's hat back on and start thinking about, okay, how, for whatever reason, this patent that issued in 1998 did not make it to the market. Why is that? Maybe you can figure out why that is, and we can put an extra twist on it and get something that actually the market appreciates and wants. So those are the kind of things I'm looking at. I got plenty of patents to write. I don't need to write a patent that is just going to get rejected because there's prior art. I mean, and I think sometimes people question that with patent attorneys and some of these other invention promotion companies. They'll do a really coarse search, not find much, and they don't really want to, and that way they can just keep working on patents and videos and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I think that happens too much. Like I've seen your work where we had a patent search by someone that you work with. He came back and you evaluated. I love the way you did that. That report, the way you evaluated the prior art, where the holes are. I thought that was a really useful tool before you go forward.
Yeah, it's really, if you are brand new to patents and you just get a stack of patents, it's like you're lost. You have no idea what that means. So what I try to do is to classify them in an A list and a B list. The A list is like 8 or 6, whatever patents that are close.
Yeah.
And here's why they're close. I make a chart, like this patent has this feature, but not this feature, and so on. And so from that chart, we can really look at, okay, what do we want to emphasize on your patent application? What do we want to push on? What do we think has the best chance of getting approval? If anything, I mean, sometimes I'll find, I'm sorry, you're not the first inventor. That's what happened to me on my first invention. I did a search right out of college, and the guy who I hired to do the search found the exact same thing 10 years earlier. And I was like, well, okay, so I'm bummed, but I didn't have to spend any more money on that project. And it was interesting to see that patent because it was like reading a patent on my invention. It just didn't have my name on it, So I was amazed at the detail that had to be put in there.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what kind of got me started in this business.
Okay. Let's talk about design patents real quick, because you kind of specialize in that area, don't you?
Yeah.
I like design patents, right? In fact, I like to do both. I like to have a utility. I like to have a design. I like that combo, right? But
Yeah,
talk
if
a
it
little bit
makes
about,
sense, I think it's a powerful combo because it allows you to legally say multiple patents pending, right? So what's patent pending? I mean, when you file a patent, whether it's a design patent or a utility patent, you have an application at the patent office. I like to think of patent pending as a big no trespassing sign on a piece of property that you don't own yet.
okay.
Okay. So hopefully that no trespassing sign will scare would-be competitors away. It's like, look, you already beat them to the patent office. Why would they follow you? Why would they try to, copy you or get into this? And when you file both types of patents, you can say multiple patents pending. It's a little bit bigger of a no trespassing sign.
I like it.
And you know what? The design patent's probably going to issue first. That might be the first arrow that you have in your quiver to shoot at somebody.
Okay.
So,
I like the combo.
yeah.
Seems like you do a lot of design patents. Is that kind of your specialty a little bit too?
Yeah, we've specialized in design patents. We just got our 2500 design patent issued through Quick Patents about 2 months ago. So yeah, so I know design patents well. I know a lot of the examiners at the patent office. We work with them all the time. So I have a former design patent examiner on staff. He looks at all of our drawings before we submit them, and he finds stuff I don't find. I mean, he's just really good at that because he did it for 10 years,
Got it.
So yeah, so I think we're really good at design patents. There's some times when design patents don't make sense, and I'll let you know, but I think they're underutilized, generally speaking, and I think there's a lot of bang for the buck there.
All right. Well, Kevin, thank you for coming on. We're going to put all your information down below. I'm here to tell everybody, look, if you're considering filing a utility patent and a non-provisional patent application, check out Kevin. Stuff is fantastic, especially with design patents, but you do a good job. So I want to put all your information down below. If you have any questions, what do they need to do?
Yeah, just go to our website, quickpatents.com, and you can make an appointment. I give away free 30-minute consultations. And, look, if I can't help you, I'll let you know, and I'll point you in the right direction. So you have really nothing to lose. Just let's figure out what your patent status is or can be, and then we'll get you on the right road.
You guys, this was really, Kevin, thank you very much for coming on. This is really important to me, as you know.
Yeah.
And it's really important that if you have a great idea and you want to play the biggest game in the world, you need to find someone that's really part of your team. And I highly recommend Kevin Prince.
Well, thank you, Stephen. I sure appreciate being here.
All right. Thanks, everybody.